I might have to thank visualization for all that I have invented. The events in my life and my inventions are real in front of my eyes, visible as each occurrence or the item. In my youth, I was frightened of not knowing what it is, but later I learned to use this power as an exceptional talent and gift. I nurtured it and jealously guarded. I also made corrections by visualization on most of my inventions and finished them that way. By visualization, I mentally solve complex mathematical equations. For that gift I have, I receive high-rank Lama in Tibet. My eyesight and hearing are perfect, and dare to say stronger than other people. I hear the thunder of 150 miles away, and I see colors in the sky that others cannot see. This enlargement of vision and hearing I had as a child. Later I consciously developed. Journalist. In youth, you have several times been seriously ill. Is it a disease and a requirement to adapt? Tesla. Yes. It is often the result of lack of exhaustion or vital force, and often the purification of mind and body from toxins that have accumulated. It is necessary that man suffers from time to time. The source of most disease is in the spirit. Therefore, the spirit can cure most of the diseases. As a student, I got sick of cholera, which raged in the region of Laika. I was cured because my father finally allowed me to study technology, which was my life. Illusion for me was not a disease, but the mind's ability to penetrate beyond the 3 dimensions of Earth. I had them all my life, and have received them as all other phenomena around us. Once in childhood, I was walking along the river with my uncle and said, "From the water will appear the trout. I'll throw a stone and it is cut." That's what happened. Frightened and amazed, his uncle cried. He was educated and spoke in Latin. I was in Paris when I saw my mother's death. In the sky, full of delight and music, floated our wonderful creatures. One of them had a mother's character, who was looking at me with infinite love. As the vision disappeared, I knew that my mother died. Journalist. What is the 7th adjustment, Mr. Tesla? Tesla. The knowledge of how the mental and vital energy transform into what we want and achieve control over all feelings. Hindus call it Kundalini Yoga. This knowledge can be learned, for what they need many years, or is acquired by birth. The most of them are required by birth. They are in the closest connection with the sexual energy that is after the most widespread in the universe. The woman is the biggest thief of that energy, and thus the spiritual power. I've always knew that and was alerted. Of myself, I created what I wanted. A thoughtful and spiritual machine. Journalist. And the 9th adjustment, Mr. Tesla? Tesla. Do everything that any day, any moment, if possible. Not to forget who we are and why we are here on Earth. Extraordinary people who are struggling with illness, privation, or the society which hurts them with its stupidity, misunderstanding, persecution, and other problems which the country is full of, swamps with insects, leaves behind unclaimed until the end of the work. There are many fallen angels on Earth. Journalist. What is the 10th adaptation? Tesla. It is most important. Right that Mr. Tesla played. He played the whole of his life and enjoyed it. Journalist. Mr. Tesla. Whether it relates to your findings and your work? Is this a game? Tesla. Yes, dear boy. I have so loved to play with electricity. I also cringe when I hear about the one, also the Greek, who stole fire. A terrible story about stubbing an eagle's peck at his liver. Did Zeus not have enough lightning and thunder, and was damaged for one favor? There is some misunderstanding. Lightning are the most beautiful toys that can be found. Do not forget that in your text stand out. Nikola Tesla was the first man who discovered lightning. Journalist. Mr. Tesla. You were just talking about angels and their adaptation to this earth. Tesla. Am I? This is the same. You could write this. He dared to take upon himself the prerogatives of Indri, Zeus, and Peiron. Imagine one of these gods in a black evening suit, with the bowler hat, and wearing white cotton gloves. Prepares lightning, fires, and earthquakes to the New York City elite. Journalist. Readers love the humor of our paper. But you confuse me, stating that your findings, which have immense benefits for the people, representing the game, many will frown on it. Tesla. Dear Mr. Smith. The trouble is that people are too serious. If they were not, they would be happier and much longer would have lived. Chinese proverb says that the seriousness reduces life. Let's get back to things which they consider important. Journalist. They would love to hear what your philosophy is. Tesla. Life is a rhythm that must be comprehended. I feel the rhythm and direct on it and pamper in it. It was very grateful and gave me the knowledge I have. Everything that lives is related to a deep and wonderful relationship. Man and the stars, Omebus and the sun, the heart and circulation of an infinite number of words. These ties are unbreakable, but they can be tamed and perpetuate and begin to create new and different relationships in the world, and that does not violate the old. Knowledge comes from space. Our vision is its most perfect set. We have two eyes, the earthly and spiritual. It is recommended that it became one eye. Universe is alive, in all its manifestations, like a thinking animal. Stone is a thinking sentient being, such as a plant, beast, and a man. A star that shines as to look at. And if we were not sizable, self-absorbed, we would understand its language and message. His breathing, his eyes, and ears of the man must comply with breathing, eyes, and ears of the universe. Journalist. As you say this, it seems to me I hear Buddhist texts, words or Taoist, Perizult Usa. Tesla. That's right. This means that there is a general knowledge and truth that man has always possessed. In my feeling and experience, the universe has only one substance and one supreme energy.